Hello, my friends. Today, title of the horror story is The Last Broadcast. For years, Claire had been the voice behind a late-night radio show called The Midnight Hour. Her deep, soothing voice provided comfort to insomniacs and lonely hearts. But the show's charm wasn't just her voice. It was the eerie stories listeners would call in to share. One winter night, Claire received a call that changed everything. Claire. The man's voice crackled through the static. It was raspy and unsteady, as though he'd been screaming for hours. "I need to tell you about the voices and the static." Claire leaned in, intrigued. "Go on." "They started last week," the man said. "At first, it was just whispers when I tuned into your station. But now, they've started speaking to me. They know my name, my thoughts, my fears." Claire's stomach tightened. This was a bit darker than the usual fare, but she played along. "What are they saying?" "They tell me they're coming, that they're already here." His voice dropped to a whisper. "And Claire, they mentioned you." A chill ran down her spine. "Me?" "Yes. They said you've been hearing them too, that you've been ignoring them." Claire forced a laugh. "I think you've been listening to one too many ghost stories." The man let out a strained chuckle. "Maybe, but check your static, Claire. It's not just white noise." The line went dead. Uneasy, Claire ended the show early and went home. That night, she couldn't shake the man's words. She turned on her old radio, tuning it to the familiar crackle of static. At first, it was just noise. But then, soft, barely perceptible, she heard it. Her name, Claire. She froze. It was a whisper, faint but unmistakable. She turned the dial, thinking it was interference, but the whisper grew louder. "Claire, you can't ignore us forever." Her heart raced. "Who's there?" she shouted, her voice trembling. The static hissed, then fell silent. And then, from the darkness of her room, she heard it, a voice clear and close. "We've been waiting for you." The lights flickered, plunging her into darkness. The radio burst into life, blaring voices in unison, screaming her name. She stumbled back, her hands over her ears, but the voices didn't stop. They filled the room, the house, her mind. The next day, Claire didn't show up for her broadcast. Her producer tried calling but got no answer. When he visited her home, the place was in disarray. The only thing left on was the radio, playing nothing but static. But if you listen closely, late at night, when the world is quiet, you might hear her voice calling for help. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.